Hey guys, welcome to tonight's call. And the topic of the day is prospecting and how to do it, how to gain leads. Hopefully, everyone can hear me okay. Let's have a look. It says it's up, so it should be the volume should be right up. But prospecting is one of those wonderful skills that it's easy to do, easy not to do. And I genuinely think that everyone, if you're listening to this, you're eager to learn and to grow your business. And it's such an easy habit to form with practice, like all habits, right? Once upon a time, everyone on this call didn't know how to tie their shoes, and they practiced and they done a little bit and they done it every day. And then all of a sudden they were doing it every day. So it was just, you don't even really think when you're doing it right now. Same with brushing your teeth. Same with, what's another skill? Maybe making your shake. Once upon a time you had to, measure out the scoops and worry about the mils in the water. But now you're like, yep, that's enough. Wiping your bum. That's an interesting one, Cole, but okay. Put in the, by sight how to make those shakes now. You're not measuring out half a cups of berries and that type of stuff. So prospecting is exactly the same. And with practice, you get really good at it, which is probably the first note I want you to take. And we're talking about lead generation, guys, for you guys who aren't connecting with prospecting. That's what prospecting is. It's lead generation every single day into either clients or business, right? So it's, once again, super easy to do and super easy not to do. And there's opportunities every single day that we all go through. Just then, we went to the supermarket. We bought some food. There was people there. So that's an opportunity to prospect. Anyone that you can say hi to with a smile, you can essentially invite to something, right? Like, it's not that hard. And if you develop this skill, guys, and you can duplicate this skill, what that means is you'll have a team of people talking to someone, inviting everyone they talk to every single day into some type of opportunity, and then the law of averages is going to take place. But the problem with 99.9% of Herbalife members, and the reason why they don't progress through the marketing plan at a rate they would like, is they just don't do it enough. Or they do it once and it goes well and they get an invitation and you think they're going to come to whatever it is you've invited them to, and they don't. And then you're like, well, that didn't work. But the problem is it's always about law of averages. And, the more lines you can chuck into the water, the more fish you'll catch. If you, and when you chuck those lines into the water, by the way, when you reel them in at the end of the day, I've been fishing so many times with one reel and gone home with nothing. And sometimes when you're fishing, right, this is a good analogy, you get a bite and you just go to reel them in and you lose them on the reel, which is kind of like you've invited them, they've said yes, and they don't show up. Or that they've come into probably a better analogy for getting a bite and losing them when you're reeling them in is if you get someone in the room and they don't become a client or a member, right? But that's okay, because if you invite 10 people, 5 will show up. Like, just know this going in it as a base ratio. If you're really good, you might get 6. If you suck, you might get 4, 3, 2, I don't know. But if you keep gauges, which is the point I'm trying to get at here, and your numbers, you can work your numbers to grow your business. You have to talk to 10 people a day to get 1 client a week. Maybe that's the case. I think you would do better than that. Or you have to talk to 10 people a day, and out of that 300 people that you talk to a month, let's say you get 10% of those on product, which is 30. So 30 retail sales in a month, which on average in Australia would be looking like 30 times $150 profit. Or let's go 30 times 100. What's that? $3,000 profit. You smash in whatever your volume requirement is, like that supervisor done in 2 months, or that's your 2.5 done as well. So any type of royalties that you should be receiving that you're not currently, if that's you, then you're going to be cashing in on all of that as well. but not to mention when that actually duplicates, guys. You know, realistically, we need 100 people, you know, in your business buying product to be looking at Active Wealth Team. So it's just like it's 100 people. So if you got 3, if that duplicates with you and then 3 times, you know, that's when you're looking at Active Wealth Team. But you've got to do it first. You've always got to lead by example. If you're going to say go, go, go and not go yourself, no one's going to go. But if you say, come with me, I'm going, you know, let's go do it together. I'll show you how, type of thing. Here's my gauges. This is the work I'm doing. These are the results I'm getting as a result. You know, that's when you're going to grow a powerful business. So I just want to note that as a little footnote before we start talking about prospecting and the how, that you need to give yourself the opportunity to be able to do it, and consider yourself a work in progress with this, guys, if you don't feel like it's an easy thing to do. But what you really have to find is a chosen way that you retail Herbalife. What I love is health scans. I reckon they convert the best. Fit Club's great because of the community and stuff, and you can feed people in and they hear testimonials and they can work together really, really powerfully. But I really like the invitation into a free wellness evaluation, because you're sitting one-on-one with someone talking about their goals. If you've watched any videos on how to do health scans on here, you're seeking permission to talk to them about the products. It's very standoffish. So please watch the video if you haven't. We whacked into the live last week, because I spoke about how to do them, and then there's another one as well if you haven't. Super powerful thing, and then you can just tailor a program to really help this person, and then plug them into Fit Club. And then, hey, worst case scenario, they mightn't become a client straight away, but they know what's available, and then they go into Fit Club and they hear a bunch of stories, and then they're asking, okay, how do I buy it? And that's happened to me more often than you can think, guys, because what I know is I don't have to pressure these people if they're going to go to the Fit Club and hear the testimonials. Like, yeah, I could close them on the spot and they might be a bit harder, but I want them to be making the choice that, yeah, I want to use these products. I want to use these products to get my health result. That, like, I want that coming from them, not coming from me telling them that, and then they don't use their products properly, and, you know, yada, yada, yada. So that would be a real strong recommendation for me to do that, and find a really easy invite for that. You know, while we're talking about prospecting, guys, I can tell you a really general flow that you can do both online and offline. I do both. And the first thing is, you know, everyone on this call is charming. But how you become charming is that you actually become a really good listener, and you learn how to ask questions to dig a bit deeper. What I mean by that is they'll say, you say, how's, let's say you're at someone's at work and you're buying something, you say, how's work been today? And they go, terrible. And learn how to ask the next question, which is, why is that? They go, I'm not getting enough hours, or, you know, whatever it is. And then you can use that as actually a bridging step into your invite into the business opportunity. So, and I might get some live examples with some people here, but what I would always open up, like if you're like, I really want to talk to this person, I'd say, hey, how are you? Big smile. And they'll say, good. In worst case, you're going to be like a positive thing into their day, guys. Like that's not a bad thing to actually put some positivity into the world. Even if they're having a crap day and you're really charming, you know, they're going to have a good experience, and they're going to be like, you know, that was cool. Like that, they had really good energy, and now my day's a bit better. So that if that's the worst result we can do, I reckon that's a good thing personally. But, you know, I'd always start with a compliment, you know, like, and then like the easiest way to get someone to like you is to compliment them. So whatever it is, you know, we have to think on our feet here, guys. That's why if you're doing the numbers, you get better, and you actually get better at actually talking to people, right? So start with a compliment, get them to like you, and learn how to ask some good leading questions. You know, so, how's work? Or depending on what you want to invite them into, guys, like I find I'm better at inviting into the opportunity for a sit down than talk about making money. So I'll be talking about, I'll be asking questions about work. I'll be like, especially if I'm at their work, because no one really likes work. Let's be honest. Like if I wrote someone a check for $1 million, I'd quit. Like they wouldn't go show up the next day, would they? No one likes their job that much, I don't think. Well, it's very rare, maybe 3% of people. So I'd be asking questions like, yeah, how's work? You've been busy here today. Is this your business? I always ask as well, and then it always makes them flattered. Like I'll ask questions like, is this your full-time job? Or like, do you work here full-time? And those type of questions, because I'm actually interested to see what they say. And you'll find your kind of flow with it as well. It just kind of depends on the person and how they answer the next question to the next question you kind of ask. But I always dig a bit deeper until I identify something like a trigger point. And what I mean by that is like an area where they're dissatisfied with their current employment or their current conditions. And you can do that with your health as well. They might be like, oh, geez, I wouldn't mind losing some weight or whatever. And then like if you're asking them leading questions for retail, and then you can say, well, how about you come in, we have a sit down. I've lost 20 kilos. I'm putting 11 kilos of muscle. My energy's fantastic. Inserting your testimonial in there and then saying, what type, would you be able to come in for a free wellness evaluation? Okay, great. I'll grab your Facebook details. Let's organize a time. So you're generating the lead. Like if you don't get their details, guys, it's not a lead. I reckon I've had 3, like when I used to invite the Fit Club all the time, I reckon I had 3 people in about 3 million actually just show up without me following up. Yeah, so be diligent with actually getting their details, and people are really open to giving you their Facebook these days. Or I say, oh, what's your details? We'll organize a time. Like, do you want to flick me just your phone number and we can text, or Facebook and we can instant message, or what? And they'll say one or the other. So, but what we have to understand is some people will give their details and then they just won't write back or whatever it is, which is fine. It's just a nice no. But you will find people that it's not that hard to do. So with I'll tell you a few stories about what I've done in the past, because I think that's easier to relate. So I had the boys and we were over at Waves going for a swim. This is how I met Em Birkinshaw, who's one of my new members. She's sold like maybe 6 trial packs in the last week now. She's really started to gather some steam, went to the Success Summit, was in the BTS, and now starting to kind of click along. So if you're watching this on replay, Em, hi, how you going? But this is my version of the story. She might remember it differently, but we're at Waves, and my boys were running the stink like they do, and she was there as well with her little girl, and her boy was having swimming lessons, and Oscar and I think her little girl's name's Savannah went down the water slide together, and Oscar, being a little boulder, knocked her over, and like nothing too sinister, but what kids do, they run into each other and cry. So she was having a cry, and Em was laughing, going, "Oh, geez, he's a bit of a wrecking ball, hey?" And I was like, "Oh, you've got no idea." And that's kind of just how the conversation started. And I said, "Oh, what do you do? Do you work around here? Like, are you working part time with the kids, or what's the story?" And just got some information, and just said, "Hey." This was actually a Fit Club one, and I said, "Hey, did you know we do free Fit Clubs down at Albury Lifestyle Centre? Have you heard of Albury Lifestyle Centre before?" And she was like, "Oh no, what's the deal with that?" And so I just gave her the details, and she rocked up. So that's how easy it can be, guys. I was at Waves with the kids. Like, the kids aren't an excuse. Kids are easier way to talk to other mums, I reckon. So that's just one example for me. But, with generating and prospecting, guys, it's really just a mindset. You have to be switched on with it. You have to be intentional with your use, where, talk as well. So use, where, talking intentionally to gather leads is really important. But just being aware, guys, but really importantly, keeping your gauges so you know how many people you're actually talking to a day. Because if your business isn't growing, it's a reflection of how many new people that you talk to every single day. And just on the new people, guys, what I want everyone listening to this to do is download this. I uploaded it onto Herbert Family the other day. That's back to front, but it says Ultimate Memory Jogger, Network Marketing Pro, because what we're going to be really big on is doing team blitz days, and you might be doing them amongst your little groups, and that's cool as well. But we're going to be doing a big one every Thursday around box fit. So at the club. So everyone on this call is welcome to come in, but you'll need some names on this list. So if you download it and have a read, it'll make sense to you. I'm not going to really go through it now. But I've got something like 530 names or 500 names or something on my list, and I'm up to about J on my Facebook. And going into it, I was like, all my Facebook, like, because I've been in Herbalife for 6 years and I've done okay, I just thought all my Facebook friends would be Herbalife people, right? So I didn't really do my list properly in regards to my social media. And I'm up to J or K or something, and I've already got 530 names down. And I'm not even onto Instagram or any other social media platform. So it's nuts, and it's adding to a list is a continuous thing. But on a blitz day, guys, what the goal will be is to have as many conversations, book as many scans and as many business chats, or to get people on our business webinar that we recording that we done. Day was it Monday, and just to see how we go with it. And it won't be like salesy stuff. It won't be whatever. It'll be actually having genuine conversations with people, and either organising a time where you can just catch up for a coffee like a normal human being, and they'll ask what you've been doing, and you can just tell them. Or it might be more of a case where, you know, you've been doing Herbalife for a while and you've been advertising on your page publicly a little bit and not getting many bites, and then people are going to ask you about it if you keep a conversation running for long enough. But what the idea is, I'll be there live to be able to do live calls with you guys on the spot. Like if you get someone who's keen, you can say, what are you doing right now? Let's have a chat, and we'll just make a webinar link and get into it. Or on the other hand, you know, we can send them a video if that's not going to work, or I'm on another call or something, or, you know, so we're just going to really rip into it. And long story short, guys, a blitz is just having a crack. And the idea being that you can do a week's work, a week's work in 3 to 4 hours with this business, because you really can. It's just putting your head down, your bum up, getting some conversations going, and then we're going to do some training on the job while we're there. If you get objections, you can show me. I can help you handle them. Blah 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 blah. So it's just having a support crew there, and then we're going to be running competitions on the day as well to see how many appointments and scans and recruiting things and how many, how many positive appointments, I guess, to make it a broad term. You know, and you'll win some type of merch or something, which will be cool. So I can't wait for that. I reckon they'll really kind of, for the people that engage in that, will really kickstart their business. And it'll just be like a really good experience for all of us, I think. And, you know, we're talking about business growth. And if you can get, you know, if you can use that time, and of course, not everyone will write back at the time and all that stuff, but that will keep you busy from a Herbalife perspective for 3 to 4 to 5 days. But done, the next one rolls around, right? When you're actually doing your health scans or whatever the demos you want to promote. I don't care what they are. So hopefully everyone can buy into that. It's going to be fun. And we'll have a whole bunch of, we'll have a good time. But you'll learn as you go as well, guys. And before you know it, you'll be prospecting superstars. And, you'll just be coming in for a good time and just to get the work done. Yeah? So hopefully everyone's pumped for that. And I think the people that come will get really good results and really quick growth. So guys, that's all I've got tonight. For me, you've just got to, and just as another footnote, guys, as well, just write down a book. And I've told everyone to listen to this 1,000 times, but no one does. But if you could actually listen to this the whole way through and just have it in your car instead of the radio, it's called GoPro, space P-R-O by Eric Worre. Worre spelled W-O-R-R-E. If you can listen to that, it is a book on how to put people in front of some type of information where you're not doing the talking. It's a prospecting book. And it's on audio, and it costs $11. If you implement what's in it, you're going to have all the skills necessary to blitz like a superstar. Yeah, we'll teach you on the job anyway, and objection handling, that's what I'll be there for. And you won't need to know too much about that. And we'll really just rip into it, guys, and try to make a difference around our lives, of course, but help a whole bunch of guys for the better as well. Cool? Sounds like a fun time, doesn't it? Awesome. All right, guys. Well, if you've qualified for a royalty workshop, that's going to be coming in at 8 o'clock, I reckon, or 8 o'clock tonight. And we're just going to be talking. If you're on this call, I want you to be. I want you to have your sticking points down, so we can do a Q&A and cover some stuff. Okay, it's the reasons why you think you're not growing, but I've got some stuff to share with the leaders as well. So, guys, that's it. Let's have a good one, and let's rip in. See you guys.